you think about fast track, think about expressway. Several years back, before expressway, kulikuwa na watu wenye kwa Mombasa Road, na kulikuwa na traffic. Every single day, watu walikuwa na spend several hours. And then now, hii ni ya expressway ikajengwa. Na venye ilijengwa, watu wenye wako wanataka kwenda through the traffic, wakamua I can pay, naweza lipa 100 bob, naweza lipa 200 bob, naweza lipa 300 bob, and wanaenda juu. So namba yao watu ni wachache, lakini ukiangalia saizi traffic Mombasa Road imepungua sana. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu hakuna congestion ya magari. Watu wako na hiyo option ya kwenda through expressway. Now fast track ni expressway. Hii ni design yenye ukienda ku apply for government services, unaweza enda through fast tracking service, which inaweza kuwa agents who are authorized by government to offer services up to a certain level. So watu wenye kwa queue, other than kukua 800 in a day, inaenda reduce to 200.
Hello and welcome. We are right here with James Ayugi, who's the CEO Webmasters and ECITIZEN firm. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
How are you doing?
I'm great today. Yes.
Tuanze tu maswali na mahali ambapo Wakenya wanazungumzia sana. Mr. James, we have the new proposal, premium rates for fast tracking of services. Hebu tueleze, watu wengi kidogo ni kama hawakuwa wanaelewa what exactly that meant.
So when you think about fast track, think about expressway. Several years back, before expressway, kulikuwa na watu wenye kwa Mombasa Road, na kulikuwa na traffic. Every single day, watu walikuwa na spend several hours. And then now, hii ni ya expressway ikajengwa. Na venye ilijengwa, watu wenye wako wanataka kwenda through the traffic, wakamua I can pay, naweza lipa 100 bob, naweza lipa 200 bob, naweza lipa 300 bob, and wanaenda juu. So namba yao watu ni wachache, lakini ukiangalia saizi traffic Mombasa Road imepungua sana. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu hakuna congestion ya magari. Watu wako na hiyo option ya kwenda through expressway. Now fast track ni expressway. Hii ni design yenye ukienda ku apply for government services, unaweza enda through fast tracking service, which inaweza kuwa agents who are authorized by government to offer services up to a certain level. So watu wenye kwa queue, other than kukua 800 in a day, inaenda reduce to 200. Meaning watu wenye wanataka kwenda through the normal process watakuwa nao, na their services itakuwa issued faster. Ita improve. So hakutakuwa na hiyo headache kama yenye ilikuwa. So sana sana upande ya hiyo experience. And then now kulingana na the amount of money umelipa, kutakuwa probably na watu in the back office when you are dedicated ku now provide services as per the operating procedures and service charter. So hivyo ndo wenye mimi naweza explain fast track kwa ule mtu wa kawaida mwenye. Si kitu yenye inakuja ku make life difficult, ku raise taxes, hapana. Ni kitu inaleta convenience. Again, hii ni kitu inaenda kuleta employment. By employment tunamaanisha nini? Saizi hakuna authorized government agents. Government lazima iweke huduma center na invest a lot of money into those kind of ecosystem, but with probably ECITIZEN fast track, in my opinion, and these are just my ideas, with the ECITIZEN fast track, now vijana wenye wako na umesoma na wanaweza offer services, wanaweza invest, and then now hiyo traffic yenye ilikuwa inaenda Nairobi inaanza inakuwa distributed across the country, hence ina create opportunities for them. Na hii fast track is just one service. Ukumbuke there are so many services that are being offered by government, and these services, in my opinion, it create more opportunities, because we are not just talking about fast tracking upande ya immigration. We are talking about fast tracking across all government. Hii ni mambo na driver's license, hii ni mambo na business licenses, hii ni mambo na hizo vitu zote. So it is an enterprise yenye za create millions of jobs, na pia watu wenye wako willing kulipa, they get a better experience. So probably government designs the standard structure, and then citizens when you wanataka kufanya biashara, they can now invest in paying and running those business, and then now through the technology kuna na controls and how they do all the process end to end. So you know pretty much how I'm looking at it and how as I explain in a layman's language.
A Citizen was concerned since end goal ya hii fast tracking with premium rates ni ku reduce corruption. A Citizen was concerned what if ataenda mahali service yake ikuwe delayed, na unajua Mkenya akipatikana ile wakati labda masaa yamesonga itabidi tu amekuwa forced kutoa maybe something extra ndo service yake iharakishwe, and they were afraid what if yule mwananchi mwenye maybe hana hiyo do ana go for the normal one, lakini akifika pale service yake inakuwa delayed kidogo. Why? Probably this just nasema ni probably sababu inaweza kuwa yule mtu anataka ana reduce ama haiharakishwi ndo atoe hiyo pesa ya premium rate. It's a concern.
Hapana, wenye naangalia saa hizi kukuwa na mvua, unaweza jipata umeenda expressway, alafu nyinyi wote mnaweza jipata mko huko juu. Mkiingia huko juu kutakuwa na traffic pia huko kwa fast track. So but that is the problem na hiyo ni that's just one central service, fast tracking service. But when you decentralize, inamaanisha kuna routes mingi ya wewe kupata fast track. You don't have to go to a typical government office. You can go to a normal neighborhood na utaona ECITIZEN fast track, and ukienda pale unapata the same standard of service na kama mtu mwenye ameipata Nairobi ama kwingine. So hiyo hakutakuwa na traffic. So if you're giving people more option, watu wakutani mali moja. So inamaanisha wale watu wenye wanaenda through the normal process, they'll be few. Hence watapata services zao faster. They don't have to stay in the queue for a full day, which in my opinion is losing money. Yes.
Now, as we wind up on the same, since you have mentioned it's a proposal, how long might it take, or rather what's the process to get to implement ama kwa kuhakikisha kwamba inafanyika kuna premium rates for fast tracking?
Hiyo saizi ninaongea na wabunge wenye watachukua, alafu we go through the bill creation process, na tutafanya kazi na Wakenya, especially watu in the IT industry and service delivery, so that hii bill ikuwe ni bill ya Wakenya yenye inaweza create opportunities for the younger people.
You've mentioned about premium rates for fast tracking. Does this mean the problem you guys are addressing right now is maybe shortage of manpower, in that there are not enough people to make sure that these services are tracked fast enough according to maybe people who are in need of these services?
That's correct. Infrastructure wise, and of course also human capital. Because when 1,000 people show up a day and you only have 20 desks, you can only accommodate X number of people in a day. But when you have 1,000 different bureaus where you can go and get even a better experience, you don't need to travel to a central place. So if it is self-funded, the extra premium amount that you're paying is what will go to the agents who will now be offering this service. So at the end of the day, the premium rate is what needs to be now regulated in such a way that that is the fee that goes to these people who are now offering these services on behalf of government. Yes.
With that said, looking at the economic state of our country right now, a Citizen was concerned. Don't you think once we introduce these premium rates, then even maybe someone who will not afford the premium rates will feel left aside? Because you'll find maybe someone in an office will intentionally delay a service for them probably to pay this extra cost that's the premium rate.
I'll give you a very good example. Before the expressway, there used to be traffic in Mombasa Road. And the traffic ilikuwa inakaa sometimes even 4-5 hours just from huko chini kuja town. After the expressway, traffic is moving. You understand? So what does it mean? When you introduce premium services or when you introduce fast track services, all the traffic yenye ilikuwa kwa queue ya gava, some of them will move into these fast track services. And these people who may not be so privileged will now be able to get services faster. Why? Because the long queues are gone. Now they're able to access these services. So that's how I'm looking at the fast track services. So it's not at the government, and these are just proposals. These are just proposals and civic education. It will go through a process probably. If it's through parliament, and then.
That was actually my next question about what are the stages of this proposal, and maybe when should Kenyans expect this maybe to be available for them to get services?
So after we've been getting comments from people on how this can work, adding with the experience that we have in terms of just government service delivery, we believe this needs to be actually enacted, and we'll work with, we've identified few members of parliament who will help us draft the bill, and then it will go through the House. But there will be a lot of civic education and public participation, and I want this to be a citizen-centric, and that's why I still want support from people who believe this will create opportunities. Remember, we are heading into AI generation, and there will be lots of job cuts. We need to find ways in which we can create opportunities for people to be able to make money, especially people with skills and resources to be able to invest. And again, for these fast track services, government doesn't even need to invest anything. The people who will want to offer the services will invest. Government only guarantees them traffic. You understand? So at the end of the day, it will be cheaper for the citizen, and services will be faster, and there'll be probably less corruption, in my opinion, yes.
A question was asked in one of the posts concerning the premium rates proposal. Do you already have the rates in figure that you'll...
No. There will be benchmark probably with how it's done in other countries. With Dubai, when you're accessing visas, there's a certain fee if you want it to come out in 3 days, and there will probably different benchmarks. So when it goes now through the writing stages, all these are going to be factored in, and then now the people who are willing to pay, probably they'll suggest, and then it will be figures that people are okay. Yeah, so this is not something that is ready. These are just proposals, and again, we need alignment, but mostly support from Kenyans, especially guys in the tech space, people who know how to use computers. This is just purely to create opportunities and to decentralize government service delivery. Yes.
Probably how long will this take?
I don't know. It's still not so clear. Yeah. But once there's big buy-in, both from government and the public, then I believe the right process will come. Yes, and probably I invite more professionals who know how to write this kind of things to come in and join, and for us to try and create a bill that is more citizen-centric and that will employ and create opportunities for the young people.
Mr. James, allow me to ask this question. How do you handle public concerns concerning the platform's transparency?
Most of our platforms goes through generally accepted privacy, and we don't handle data. We only develop the software, but data is handled by government in most of the platforms we develop for our clients. Yes.
Do you have maybe initial challenges in implementing the whole thing, and how did you guys go about it?
There's been challenges because there are so many players in a government setup. There are so many stakeholders, and understanding the different cultures from different government departments, understanding the law, and just aligning was quite a process, and that's why even the pilot took longer, and it's only in Kenya where these kind of services are working. And this pretty much because we've gone through the journey, and we've learned, we've made mistakes, we've corrected, and we'll keep on improving. So there's so many lessons we've learned, especially on how now to draft some of these things into law. I remember when we started even with the companies registry, there was no law. The law came in later in 2015 that now made it simple for someone just to register a company without having to to go and register with the Ministry of Lands for stamp duty. So all these things were collapsed to make the processes simple. So we've learned how to adjust and help draft regulations that are able to make certain service delivery easier. Yes.
Talking about challenges, we have something that has been a subject of conversation among Kenyans, the 50 bob convenience fee on each transaction. I believe you guys also get a lot of question about it. I don't know, what would you tell people out there concerning these fees? Sababu, the complaints are too much, the questions are too many.
Okay, for the record, it is not just standard 50 shillings. There was a gazette notice by the National Treasury on the third fee. So there's banned in that gazette notice on how access fee is going to be billed. Number two, this is purely government revenue. It is the government that collects this money and government controls how it's spent. CC, we are just developers of the technology. We have other contracts, just like other vendors who are offering other services to government. Yes, so 50 shillings or access fee is a government fee levied to support digitization efforts. Yes.
My next question was about how this is allocated and utilized, but now from that, I believe you do not have the answer.
Yes, I do not have the answer. It is purely government prerogative to distribute it or to pay how they want, but it is a government managed fund. Yes.
All right. As we wind up, are there maybe future technological advances, maybe apart from the premium rates, are there any other technical advances that you guys are working on?
Yes. Currently, we are moving into the AI generation, and AI is making life easier. And we are currently developing AI to include them in most of these technologies that we've built. Very soon, support will be easier. Where human beings wanashindwa, AI will come in and to help. Example, in support, there will be chatbots, and you should be able to ask it pretty much any question anytime, and it will be able to answer you regardless of anything in government. So these are some of the models we are creating, and inshallah, soon, once the government has proper policies in place, we'll be able to deploy them to help in enhancing service delivery. Yes.
All right. Asante sana for your time. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.